Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. The double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS, who rules royal peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Ainan. The title of the video is You Have to Know Who Your Enemies Is, right? You have to know who your enemy is, right? And pursuant to Psalms 83, our enemy is all nations, right? Every nation on planet Earth. The Most High Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is only dealing with the Israelites, right? Amos 3 and 1, it says, Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel has spoken against you. And I have a video, and it's basically going into some ICE agents, and there's like a mix. You got some Hispanic, or whatever the case may be, so-called black, so so-called white men, just a mix of different people. But ultimately, you have to know who your enemy is and not be joined with them, basically. It says, Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel has spoken against you. Right here, this word that the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up in the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And the answer is no. Right? It goes on, to ask, just different questions here. And I wanted to jump down right here. Amos 3 and 11, it says, Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashmiel, an adversary there shall be even round about the land, and he shall bring down thy strength from thee, and thy palaces shall be spoiled. Right? And the scriptures say and tell us that Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, right, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. The scriptures also say a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. The scriptures also say in Ezekiel 36 that the enemy have said, aha, even the high ancient palaces, right, are ours. The high places are ours. All right. So we have the enemy, we have taken our land, and basically we're behind enemy lines. And pretty much that's it. We have to know who our enemy is. All right. I'm gonna get these precepts here, right? Just another warning, and then I'm gonna just play this little video, like 5 minutes of it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10, it says, Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be worth it. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Right? Because in this video I'm going to play, these jakes, walking with these Edomites, right? When all hell break loose, they're going to be the ones, thrown out the plane. The last trip, whatever last trip it may be, right? They're deporting people, send them to detention centers and things like that. They're going to be the ones put in those detention centers, right? By the people that they think they're friends, It says, Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Right? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? It says, For a while he will bide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And that's the Jakes walking around these Edomites with this little ICE program that they got going on. You're an easy target, They'll tell you to go wherever. They get enough of you Jakes in there. They say we have a new training opportunity at this new detention center. You go there, they tell you, okay, we're gonna put these new uniforms on. The uniforms is orange. All right. They tell you we're gonna practice, whatever the case, practice breaking out of handcuffs, and they just set you up. Right? It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. He's going to turn on you ultimately, and that's exactly what's going to happen, right? Let me get 28 verse. All right, I'm gonna get it Isaiah 28 and I want 18. Okay, I just get it from 14. Isaiah 28:14, it says, wherefore, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Yahushua, ye scornful men that rule this people, which is Jerusalem. Now, the point I want is in 18, like I said, because even, people that, these different Jakes, the warning is going out. They're aligning themselves with the enemy, you know. It says, and they think they're going to be good. And the dude's going to mention that in the video. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, shall behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste, right? That foundation is Yahweh, right? It says, judgment also I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the water shall overflow the hiding places. Yeah, you can't hide among the enemy. They clearly see, and it's a trap. It says, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Right. So just because these dudes, as you're going to see in this video, are with these, ICE agent doesn't mean that they're going to be okay. Right? Because our enemy is these nations, right? And they're coming for you because you have the blessing. All right. Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30:8 says, now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not to us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word, and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly and at an instant. I can imagine, you just like the scenario I just painted, earlier, with you trying to go to a training facility and the whole time is for you, to be locked up. It says, and he shall break it as a breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a shred to take fire from the hearth, or to take water without out of the pit. It says, for thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, and returning in rest shall ye be saved, in quietness and confidence shall be your strength, and you will not. You're right. So returning back to Yahweh, right? Trusting him, waiting on him. It says, but ye said no, for we will flee upon horses. Therefore shall you flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. Right. And that's Esau. He's going to come swiftly, after you. It says 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one, at the rebuke of 5 shall you flee, till you be left as a beacon upon the top of a mountain, and as an ensign on the hill. So basically, 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one, and at the rebuke of 5. So 5 ICE agents that make all y'all flee. You Jakes and all that's just trying to be, buddy with him. But anyway, I'm gonna play like the last 5 minutes of this.
Fucking history. There was one other thing I wanted to show you if I can find it. I'm really hoping that I can. I might not be able to. Yes. Here's is Trump's Gestapo. A whole bunch of unmasked ICE agents.
All right, and you can already. I was looking at this right here. They're already going in, so it's like damn near 3,000 comments on this thing already. But you can see the comment section how crazy they're going in with it.
And I'm doing this because I want the public to see their fucking faces, because maybe one of you will recognize them. You got to remember, ICE is your friends. ICE is your local police officer. ICE is your local judge. ICE consists of people around you, and you know, we want to know who they are. So here's a whole bunch of ICE agents and their faces. This is a new ICE training facility in San Diego, and these are the newcomers, and we're going to look at their fucking faces. Hopefully somebody here can recognize them.
Trump's Gestapo. Here it is, you guys. We've got the new folks coming in. We're ready to be out there.
You guys. There's always one. There's always fucking one. There's always one black guy who thinks that he's doing the right thing by serving his nation. Brother, you are literally a chicken for KFC. You are advocating for the dissolvement of the minority population. Do you think they're going to save you? You think that you're going to be the one that they're like, oh, no, he's one of the good ones. You're out of your fucking mind, bro. They're going to come for you next.
End up for it, right? You guys ready for that life? Y'all ready?
Look at this fucking guy. Could you imagine this fucking guy detaining you?
That new life? Hunting humans? That's what you got trained to do today? Hunt humans? Welcome to San Diego, boys. You the new ICE agents that are going to be in our neighborhoods? Terrorizing our neighborhoods? Is that what you guys are here for? You think just because you're new, you're not going to be found out about? Hunting humans? That's what you signed up for?
This guy looks Latino. This guy looks Latino, bro. Yo, like, I think ICE shouldn't exist. I don't think that we should be doing mass deportation campaigns. But I will say one thing. If ICE does...
All right, so, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there. Because ultimately, you know, you're not going to be saved, you know, with your enemy. The scriptures say, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. You know, and ultimately, they're going to get got, and you're going to get got right along with them. All right. And I just gave that to you in Isaiah 28. Right. So, you know, like I said, I just want to bring that out there. Shalom to the whole elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.